Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, and I am here with the beautiful Yvette.
Morning.
Good morning. So today, over the next 7 days, we're going to talk about the negative emotions that kind of plague our life and then how to help get past them. So the first one that we're going to talk about today is fear. Fear. So did you ever read the book As a Man Thinketh?
Yes.
By James Allen. So, hey Sue, good to see you.
Morning.
So in the book As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, it's a fantastic book, and it's all about our thoughts and how they control everything in our life. So one of the things that he says in that book is fear can kill you quicker than a speeding bullet. It's that powerful. So what does fear actually do to us when we have it?
Fear puts a negative vibration into the world. We have this negative feeling inside, and what that can do, it can literally break our body down.
Yeah.
It causes inflammation in our bodies. It can cause you have less oxygen in your cells. Good morning, Em. Good morning, Megan. You have shallow breathing. So fear really and truly can cripple the body.
It can cripple and cause the body to break down. So here's the real question. What can you do? What can we do to help get past fear? So one of the things, and it's going to sound kind of simple, is face the fear.
Yeah.
And let us tell you about one of the biggest fears that we had, which was doing Facebook Lives and coming in front of a group and just opening up and expressing ourselves, right? How
Absolutely.
challenging was that?
For me, it was very challenging. A lot of people might not know this, but I've had a fear of public speaking since I was little. Had a horrible event in college in a speech class, and I vowed never to speak in front of people again. Then I started taking what's that called? Toastmasters, and that started to get a little better, but it still didn't get me to the point where I was comfortable. So the Facebook Lives has caused me to face my fear.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was out in LA and I was going to do my first Facebook Live, I was like, I kept going to push the button and then stop and I'd go and put. It reminded me of when I was really young. And I was going, and when we actually used real telephones at the time, when I was going to ask a girl out on a date, I would dial the number, and then like I'd be on the last number, and then my finger would go close, and I would stop, and I would go close. So, and then of course, finally, I would push it and do it. Once you actually face the fear, like now when we do a Facebook Live, I actually look forward to it, and I never would have thought that I would look forward to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so number 2, what can we do to help offset fear?
It's not giving up our power to another person. And what do I mean by that? It's actually, you know what? My example is I would ask another person, well, what do you think about this job offer? And what do you think? And then I would actually take their advice instead of listening to my internal self. Because I was so fearful. Oh, well, how about this? And how about that? Well, I should have listened to myself.
Yeah. Good morning, Ben. I totally agree. I remember years ago in a very old relationship, that's exactly what I would do. I would be like, well, should I wear this? How does this look? Do you think I should wear this? How's my hair? How's this? And I would give up all of my power to someone else. And the key is when you take that power and you take it in yourself and you make those decisions for yourself, you walk in strength and power and you feel really good. So that's a great way to take back and get rid of the fear. Finally, number 3 is asking the question, what's the worst thing that could happen, right? So I know for public speaking for both of us is definitely a fear. But when you really think about it, or whatever you're battling, whatever fear it is that you have, if you ask the question, what's the worst thing that could happen? So in public speaking, the worst thing is maybe I'll get up there, I'll forget what I'm going to say, and people will laugh, right? So in the end, it's really not that bad. At least that's the worst case scenario. And how often does the worst case scenario ever really happen?
Never. And you'd be surprised when, what we're feeling. Morning, Miss Ebony.
The queen.
I know I've been in a group now with my business, and I've had to do a talk, and then after, I would say, oh, I was so nervous. This is something I don't like public speaking. And then the people will come back and say to me, I would have never known that. I didn't know that you were nervous. You seem like, you're very comfortable doing that. So it's our own fear internally, and it's our worst fear won't come true. What could happen?
Yeah, it's funny
What could
because
really happen?
we're so worried. Thanks for the love. Jason, welcome. We're so worried about what's going to happen. We actually live the fear over and over in our head, even though we haven't actually done it. So we'll live it, and then we never actually physically experience it. So anyway, to sum up, what are a few ways to deal with your fear? Well, one is face your fear. Do the thing that you're afraid to do. Just push yourself like we did with the Facebook Lives. Now we actually love doing them.
Yeah.
But there was a time when I would go to press that button and my finger was shaking. I'm like, oh no, right? But we just faced it, and now we actually love it. Number 2.
It's not giving up our power to someone else.
Don't give up the power. And finally, the last thing is ask the question, what's the worst thing that can happen? And again, the worst thing is usually not that bad, and 99% of the time it never happens except for in our own minds. So that's it. How do you deal with fear? Comment below, let us know. I'm interested to hear if you do something different. What do you do when you're afraid to do something? How do you handle it? Let us know. Comment below. And tomorrow's Friday, so we'll be back again tomorrow, 7:35, with a new topic. Thanks for joining us, everyone.